Hello, everyone. Welcome to this live video. I'm here with Coach Sean, who's now known as Coach Peach.
Just, say what you see.
What are you feeling like a peach? Are you talking about your butt? I don't know. I don't get it.
My butt always, but my top is also peach. It might not look like it in this light, but it is.
Nice. We've already got a viewer with us, which is great. So, viewer, it's up to you to bump up the algorithm of this post by dropping us a comment. We can bring up your comment like this as well, which is great. It means that whenever anyone has a question, we can do it like so. I know that there aren't notifications in groups aren't great these days, especially for lives, but we love having you guys here. Toby's here. Toby's giving us a wave. Great to have you in. So please do drop us a comment. Even if you're brave enough to join us live for any sort of questions or answers, we can bring you in live into the stream with us. We can multi-stream using this platform, StreamYard, which is great.
And Toby on soon.
Yeah, Toby should definitely get on board. Yeah, I think he'd be in for that. We've been making this free group a lot more conversational based, a lot more community based, rather than just hammering in content, which potentially we post in other places as well, because we want to support you guys on not just your weight loss journeys, but also in keeping that off. And Sean and myself are definitely specializing in getting involved a lot more in behavior change, in habits, and in the mindset around weight loss as well. Like, a lot of people we speak to know about eating protein with each meal. They know about having plenty of fruit and vegetables. They know about calorie deficit, but it's much more about, well, how do I manage my cravings, and how do I manage stress eating? How do I manage, overeating episodes? How do I manage my all or nothing syndrome? Which is definitely something we're going to talk about tonight.
Cool.
And actually, Toby said would love to. So, Sean, tell us a little bit about your background in the all or nothing syndrome. And I'm just going to shoot Toby a link.
I've struggled with it in the past 100% before I worked with an actual nutritionist, rather than just what I...
Me.
Yeah. Rather than just what I would see in Men's Health, which would change every month. So I'd change every month. I would always do things like, I'm going to cut carbs. Because I'd be like, fat is your body's natural energy source. And so I'm going to cut carbs because I can still train on just fat. Like, I have fat and I'm going to use it in my workouts, and it's great. It's proven. I read it somewhere. I do things like cut out... I'd cut out complete food groups. I would do really low calorie during the week, and then smash the whole weekend with like 2 takeaways, beer, like not just beer, like lots of beer, lots of sweet treats, cakes, all that kind of stuff. To be fair, I was quite good at maintaining that way, because I would eat so little during the week that I would have calories for the weekend. But it was all part of that kind of all or nothing, way of thinking. I was the same with training as well, like I still have that in some ways. Like, sometimes I get the urge to train twice a day.
Yeah.
And then not train for a couple of weeks when I injure myself because I'm training twice a day. So I still have that kind of mindset a little bit, but I'm now in control of it, which I think is the difference.
Yeah, well, it's something we can touch back onto as well, because it definitely attracts me. But Toby is here. Let's bring him in. Toby, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Welcome to the stream.
Oh, I'm so excited. My palms have gone all sweaty.
Hey, no need to. Welcome in, dude. How is life? You're out in Sweden, aren't you? Switzerland, that's the one.
Common mistake.
Mate, I knew it was Switzerland, and for some reason my head said Sweden. How is it out there?
Yeah, it's nice. It's just started warming up. Last week it was like -10, and it was just full of snow. And then this weekend it's going to be about 16 degrees.
Nice.
That's cool. Actually, that's like summer here.
Yep.
So that's like tops off weather.
Yeah. So today it was about 10 degrees. So went on a nice bike ride. Was gonna do a workout, but the cycle was enough. So called it there.
Nice.
And then I think we're gonna head down to the mountains at the weekend for a bit of skiing.
Awesome, mate.
Whereabouts in Switzerland are you?
So currently living just outside of Basel, which is the border of France and Germany.
Mm-hmm.
At the top of, I like to think it's a mountain, but everyone in Switzerland thinks it's a hill. It's 750 meters high.
Right. Wow.
So I think it's a mountain.
Yeah.
So just a really quiet village called Gempen.
Gempen.
Yeah.
Sounds pumping.
There is a pump track.
Is there? Man, that's so cool. I mean, Toby, man, is there anything that you wanted to talk to us tonight? Any questions you had, or maybe you could even talk to us about a bit about your background in the all or nothing syndrome as well.
I think that's probably where I have most expertise in all or nothing syndrome. It's my past experiences. Just from various diets that I've been on, have been very strict.
Mm-hmm.
And so whenever I did teeter off, it was everything. It was like the Dominoes with the ice cream, with seconds for Dominoes, like
right.
And then I'd be sitting next to a friend, and he was just like, "Jesus," and I was like, "Well, I've got to make most of it."
Yeah.
Don't get this very often. I got to smash this.
Capitalize the cheat meal.
That's it.
Where do you think that kind of thing came from? Like, why was that the path that you took?
I mean, I suppose so. Before I started fitness, I was very heavy. So I must have been about 125 kilos, just roundness. There was no muscle mass there, nothing at all.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think from childhood, never really learned about balance of food, or both my parents are PE teachers, but somehow that message never got through to me.
Right.
And so going forward, and when I first sort of realized, shoot, I need to lose weight, I guess I did do it quite mindfully at first.
Right.
And just realized that I needed to eat less during the week.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was second year of uni where I really sort of got into it. But I would give myself a cheat day at the weekend. But I think for me at that time, I needed that cheat day. Even though I wasn't maybe being overly strict, I wasn't having anything cheatish like chocolate bars during the week, and then at the weekend, I'd have a pizza with a cheesecake.
Right.
But because I was so big, and I'd started working out 4 or 5 times a week, the weight was coming off.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like quite happy with what was going on. Then skip forward a few months, I moved to Birmingham. It's where I met Amir.
Yep.
Fitness First in Birmingham, and I got a personal trainer there, and it was a bit of a food plan. But again, it wasn't. He just gave me sort of ideas of what I should be having: breakfast, lunch, dinner, with a few snacks in between. And I guess it was my approach that it had to be so strict. Like if I really think back, he never said to me, "You can't have a brownie and move on."
No, he just gave you that list, and then therefore in your head you were like, "This list is the gospel."
That's the list. Yeah, and then I started. When I started, I got real skinny. I got down to about 75 kilos.
Oh wow! From 125.
Yeah.
Originally, yeah.
Yeah. So then I was just real skinny. And that's after a year of being in Birmingham. That's when I started to hear about CrossFit. I was like, what is CrossFit? And then I wanted to get put on some more muscle mass to get stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And in my head, that was like, oh, you need to eat big to get big. So I ate big. And surely enough, I put on fat again. I was like, what the hell is going on? What's going on? It's like, I mean, I'd go to the gym, do some front squats and deadlifts, have a protein shake, and then get a whole malt loaf.
Nice.
Like the big ones, not the small ones. Cut it in half, whack it under the grill, butter it, and eat the whole thing.
Oh, wow.
You got to eat big to get big.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a legitimate thing that people say, though, isn't it?
It is.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
but and that's when I started putting on body fat and was like, oh shit, this isn't right. So that's when I started on the zone diet.
Oh, yeah.
Zone diet. And
I think Sean only laughs because of his personal experience on it, not at you, Toby.
Yeah.
Just
Not you.
clarify.
It's not good at all. Like, and yeah, so went to nutritionist. Well, I don't even know, at another CrossFit box, and they were doing this like zone diet challenge type thing, and that's where you really did have. I probably first had the list of food. Mm-hmm. You can eat this, and this is how you eat it, and this is how you eat it through the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really strict with it, but I didn't feel good. I didn't enjoy it. And so when I would feel bad when I wanted to have like a nice meal with my friends. It was like, shoot. And I wasn't getting like any of the performance benefits I was told I was supposed to be getting, and all this energy. I was like, where's this coming from? And like,
this was false news.
So I was very confused by it, and I didn't like it. And then after a few months of that, maybe a bit longer, maybe half a year, maybe even longer. I'm not sure. Well, I hope it wasn't longer.
It's all right.
But that's probably about the time then I moved to Leeds, and I heard of the RP diet, RP strength, and this is where I was really starting to want to nail my CrossFit and eat for performance, and that's what it said on the title: eat for performance. And again, like I got given these templates, food you can eat, times you can eat them. And it was kind of, and I was trying to lose weight at this point, trying to do a shred. And I got shredded, Jesus. But I was so in the mentality then. I think you've touched on your podcasts and posts before, like I was carrying around Tupperware everywhere. And like, I was revolving my whole life around what I could eat at what time.
Yep.
And it was real tough. But when I was, well, I wasn't single, but Freya was away in Switzerland. So I was living on my own in Leeds, didn't have any friends, was going to the CrossFit gym, was doing my PhD. And so putting all that time and thought into food, I guess I had space for it in my brain.
Yeah.
And was like, this is what I want to do. I want to nail this. Bang. And then I did the template for 3 months, because that's what it was. And then I was like, what now? Didn't have a clue like what to do. So naturally I purchased from them like a 1-to-1 coach. And luckily I purchased his services for 3 months, because he did not get me at all.
Right. Okay.
And he made me feel terrible like every time I talked to him.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was really horrible. So then but again after the 3 months with him, I was like, I don't know what to do. And because I'd been on this, I knew the zone diet didn't work. I knew what I'd done on my own didn't work. but I knew the RP templates were working in a sense. So I was like, well, I got to do that. That's what I got. So then I purchased another 1-to-1, but with a different coach, and he did work well with me, and we put on muscle together, and he dealt with my issues of not wanting to put on body fat.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the same time, in my head, I was like, I can't pay for a nutritionist my whole life. And sure enough, so more getting to the point, when I stopped RP a few years later, and I kind of said to myself, right, I kind of stopped the intense CrossFit. I was like, right, I've started my business. I've got to finish my PhD. These are the priorities. I'm not going to the CrossFit Games. Can't put that first. Got to put friends, relationships, and my everything else, really. And then I wasn't following any templates. I was like, and it just went off the rails.
Right.
Just gained so much body fat because I don't know how to eat on my own.
Mm-hmm.
Well, back then, I just didn't know how to eat on my own. Didn't learn it when I was younger. Didn't learn it on any of the other diets I was on before.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
it was just sabotage. And then like if I was on the strict program, because I was having a cheat, it was just, you know, as I said, like a full pizza, large pizza from Pizza Hut with a pint of Ben and Jerry's afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, because we wake up the next day feeling pretty awful, it definitely carried on the next day. And then like before, when I was back in Leeds and before I joined the program, and I was going out a bit more, socializing, you know, I'd go to a restaurant and, oh, I'm at a restaurant. Let's enjoy it. And then I'll go drinks and have all the drinks. And then, well, when you're drunk, you've got to have a Mackey's.
Obviously.
You'd have the Mackey's. And then obviously the next day you'd feel like trash. You do not want to eat an apple or a protein shake or anything like that. So it was just like cookies and just feel like crap on a Sunday. And then that would also then roll onto a Monday because you still feel like right. And it wasn't really like things. I didn't restart my diet on a Monday. I probably restarted on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then lost it again by Saturday. And it was kind of just that cycle. Yeah, that was me. And then I probably during the first lockdown pushed up my body weight back up to about 105, whereas about 85 I sit at a nice lean weight. So that's probably about 20 kilos of body fat just put on through bad habits, through not knowing how to eat. And then that has slowly, nicely come off through working with you and not needing to track calories and just being more mindful about it all.
Nice. Yeah, well, I mean, man, you know, thank you so much for like the depth as well of what you shared.
Sorry, that was not sure.
No.
Share it because people will relate to that. I relate to it.
I relate to it as well.
Yeah.
Massively so. And for people watching this back as well as live, you know, Toby's been on the 8 Simple Rules weight loss course as opposed to sort of working with us on a one-to-one basis. But it's great that your approach is now of that habit building.
Yeah.
And of that, you mentioned there that mindfulness as well. And I think that's a big question a lot of people have is like, can that even help me when it comes to lose weight? I think so many people that get used to either templates like you had, or for Sean and myself, it was both like tracking as a backup plan.
Yeah.
It's like, well, can that even work for me? I mean, what's your experience been with it?
I mean, it's not a quick fix. It's definitely not this instant thing, but I knew that going into that. I had that expectation of my first 3 months going through this course. Don't expect to lose weight. That's what I said to myself. Don't worry about losing weight. Worry about building the good habits. So I started with making sure I'm getting my protein in, because even though that was something that was coming natural to me, I still wasn't doing it every meal.
Right.
Like breakfast, I might just go, I'll just have a bagel or some crappy cereal.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the evenings as well, I wasn't having like a proteiny snack in the evening. It'd just be sweets.
Right.
So I was like, don't worry about what else you eat. Just as long as you have your protein at the times you're going to eat. And then if you're still a bit hungry, then have some sweets. But you're going to eat less sweets because you've filled up on protein.
Yep.
And then once it was done that, I was like, right, now am I getting the fruit and veg in? And it was just slowly and once I had the habits and once I was a bit more in tune with, am I full? Yeah, I'm full. Okay, so I can stop eating now. Like tonight, just made a banging curry, like tofu, veg, and a little bit of rice. And it was so good. I really wanted a second portion. But I was purposely now waiting until I was going to wait half an hour or until 9 o'clock. I was like, if I'm hungry then have the second portion. But actually, you're probably not going to be hungry.
Yeah.
So whereas usually I'll just be straight up putting it in the bowl and just eat until you feel so full you can't move.
Yeah. So do you feel like you've got more of a control over, like, not control, that's the wrong word. Do you feel like you know now how to eat? Because that was the
Yes.
you put out to me was that you didn't know how to eat, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you know now?
Yeah, 100%. And it's nice because it takes the guilt away when you do have a nice thing. And when I do have a nice thing, I can moderate it. Which, if you ask some of my friends, they'd never expect that of me. They knew me as all or nothing.
Yeah.
That's what I was known as.
I think that actually perpetuate the problem as well.
Yeah.
Because if your friends identify you as that kind of person, then you do as well.
Yeah.
Kind of play up to it a little bit sometimes, I think.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Sean, because it's that same idea that we talk about a lot of the time of thoughts becoming reality. And so if you're known as the guy that will finish everyone else's food, they will give you their food to finish. And you in your head are also like, all right, yeah, it's what I've always done. So I'll just do it. Rather than challenging that status quo and being like, no, I am a new person. I've got a new mindset around food. And this is now how I act. It's a big thing. Yeah. I mean, inadvertently, Toby, thanks for coming on and obviously bigging up the work on the course. That's not we've not planned this at all.
Oh, it's absolutely fantastic.
Appreciate that. And it's great to have you in the group as well, an active member to comment and share your story and things as well. So I really appreciate you coming on. And I'm sure you'll get a lot of benefit out of the mindful weight loss challenge that we're going to be doing next month as well. So
looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's still in the pipeline. But dude, I'll let you get on and enjoy your evening.
This is my evening. I've been waiting all day for it.
We're in lockdown as well in the UK. It's pretty. What are the measures like over in Switzerland actually?
They're pretty strict. Hairdressers are open.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous. Look at this.
I'm jealous.
I mean,
so like hairdressers, essential stores are open.
Right.
But what's weird, like even if a supermarket is open, they will banner off items that you're not allowed to purchase.
Amazing.
Which is weird. You are allowed to see people. So you're allowed up to 5 people in a room from one other household. So it's only small gatherings of up to 5. But like gyms are closed. Everything fun is closed. Which, when you've just moved here and you want to try and make friends, it's very difficult.
Yes, I was thinking that.
So it is pretty restrictive. Ski resorts are open. I don't know.
Wow. I just had my second ski holiday in 2 years cancelled. I was supposed to be going this Saturday. Surprised they didn't just rebook me for Switzerland.
Well, no, Switzerland are hating on the UK at the moment.
Right. So that's why.
All these extra viruses, mutations coming from them. They always give these funny looks.
Everyone thinks they're class, to be honest.
Yeah, you're like, no, we're expats, don't worry. We've been here for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, okay, well, yeah, tough. I mean, I was because obviously we talked a lot about your journey through all or nothing syndrome with food and that gradually getting easier.
Yeah.
But with regards to the training, must be a big thing for you to have no gyms over there in Switzerland, and I'm guessing you're relying on a lot of home workouts.
Yeah, especially because that is my community still, like that CrossFit community. And when I moved here, I've trained with a number of them before just through visiting, and I did have like a small circle I knew, and I was like, oh, at least I could be able to see them and chat to someone. So yes, so it has been fairly not. I want to. What's the word? Just a bit. Makes you a bit down.
Yeah.
That you can't then go see them at the gym and just train with someone. And it's, fortunately we've got a little bit of kit, a bit of dumbbells, a bit of bands, and I've not really done CrossFit per se. I've been having a great time doing do you know Dave Lipson?
Yeah, Thunder Bros.
Thunder Bro. He's got a dumbbell anarchy plan, and it's just like an hour of pump.
Nice.
And it's just a bit of fun. And that you did a post on it today, actually. Make what's keeping it fun.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. And it's savage. It's like sets of 20 squats with 15 seconds rest with tempos, and it's horrible. But
just getting a good pump though.
It's a great pump.
Yeah. Which is what we need at the minute in terms of maintaining muscle mass, especially if it's body weight only or just dumbbells, as you said.
Yeah, exactly. And it's
stuff.
Like an hour. It's a bit of fun. I don't take it too seriously. No, if I get a pump, I assume it's worked.
It's just good to get blood flow to the muscles, make you feel that pump, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
And especially at the minute, maintenance is what a lot of us will hope for in terms of body weight and dumbbells. So it's a great way to maintain it. But yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll build more of a community in the group as well, with regards to people to turn to, chat to, more comments and stuff being driven in. Obviously difficult when you're in a different country and the conditions change.
Yeah, well, it's nice. It's nice coming back. I still feel part of it, which is real nice.
Nice, mate. Well, thank you again for coming in tonight as well. I'm glad we can help with the posts in the group as well as everything.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been absolutely great.
Awesome, dude. All right, mate.
All right, we'll take care.
I'll leave you to it. Thanks, Toby.
Bye, Sean.
Oh,
Siri.
Siri was telling him something there. Cool. Well, I mean, that inadvertently turned into a bit of a big up for the course, which obviously is great, but we didn't mean that, team. I mean, I definitely related to Toby's story. I know a lot of people will, with that all or nothing syndrome. I think it's that, as Toby said about there, it's relying on habits and a mindset that it's not going to be a quick fix, and it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't need to be.
No.
And if you're actually trying to learn about yourself and your hunger cues and fullness cues and that kind of stuff, it does take time. It's not a quick thing. It's not meant to be that. It's meant to set you up for the rest of your life, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean that brings me nicely. We don't want this to be too long, guys. But obviously, want to give you guys lots of value here watching it. We're going to do this on a weekly basis now in this group, make this a live thing, to give you guys as much content as we can.
Yeah.
What I've done is, a lot of you guys might have seen loads of posts from me today from October's challenge, and what I decided to do was repost the PDFs and the lives and put that in as a little bit of a guide. So now if you go into the guide section of our group, you'll see posts segmented by topic. And these live videos will go into their own guides as well for you guys to look back at any point and for you guys to learn more things. I should have clicked on this banner. So that's why it looks like I've posted loads today. It's just because I've been organizing things into guides to make things more manageable for you. When you guys come in, we're getting more and more people join us in the group every day, which is great. So we really do want to build this community around helping people overcome all or nothing syndrome, leave behind restrictive and fad dieting protocols and employ not just mindfulness, because we're not anti-tracking, but definitely mindfulness alongside diet protocols to help people not just lose fat, but actually learn, as Toby said, learn how to eat and learn how to maintain that in a normal lifestyle, right? When you've got a job, you've got kids, you've got other priorities in your life. So hopefully those changes will make sense with the guides as well. So sorry that it looks like I've got a million posts. And then that brings us on to the Mindful Weight Loss Challenge. This is going to be happening pretty much a month this week. So it's going to be week commencing the 15th. So I'm talking about it a little bit soon. But we're going to be using a lot of what you guys talk about over the next few weeks as the content for this challenge. We're going to run the challenge in the group. Doesn't mean you have to participate, but it does mean the group will get an influx of new members looking for that as well. And all of that will be packaged into a little guide, and there'll be prizes and stuff throughout, just like there was last time as well. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be good. I do love a 5-day challenge.
Always good fun. Essentially, it just means you'll have 5 days of us talking at you live, as well as a mini task each day. We decided to go for the Mindful Weight Loss Challenge because of the questions around mindful eating and how is it different to restrictive diet protocols. And so we'll be talking more about our approach-based method, our habit-based method, and helping you guys get some quick wins over those 5 days and learning some new skills.
Yeah.
So looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So I think we've got another comment. Toby, thanks for having me, guys. Haven't spoken to anyone in a while. Got a bit carried away. All good, mate. Glad to have you on.
Right, man. Yeah, good.
Good to have you on.
I'm pretty sure anyone that's watching it or will watch it back will be able to relate to like 75-80% of what you said anyway. So
yeah,
okay.
if not more than I definitely did with my background as well. Yeah. And we could always do a live, couldn't we, Sean, of you and I talking about our backgrounds and this sort of thing, but I don't know if people will have heard it to death by now.
Maybe like we could sing a song too or something.
Yeah, we need to continue our niche of the singing nutritionists for sure. I mean, Sean, you're the creative one who actually like full on write songs.
Yeah.
So I was hoping that you would write us some like duets. I tell you what, right? The 5-day challenge. If you write a mini song about each of the tasks, and then we could perform it. Get the guitars out and everything.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll get on it.
I might actually get my new Facebook friend Wayne Warner to get involved as well. If it is the real him, I might get him involved. He might be in the group already by now. Actually, I need to make sure. Huh?
I think it is him.
Yeah, I did as well. So we might have a real artist in the group as well. Not that you're not a real artist, Sean.
Yeah. See you later.
Sorry. All right, we've been babbling enough. Guys, enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll see you again next Thursday at 7 p.m. for your weekly dose of Sean and myself, and the topics of which will be decided throughout this week. So look out for posts from me around polls and more. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
See you later.